Hello, Pisces. All right, Pisces, let's get into what kind of week you all are going to have so you can close out this cycle. Close out this cycle in love and in peace. Peace. All right, Pisces. I've already prayed over your cards, talking to you wherever Pisces is in your birth chart. Even if Pisces is your Chiron, your MCIC, whether it's in the 12 houses, if you're on the cusp of Aries or Aquarius, wherever Pisces is in your birth chart, I am talking to you. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. All right, Pisces, let's get into it. Let's see what's in your cards. I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet. Let's go. Let's see what this week looks like for you. All right. All right. Chariot card. Here we have the Magician card, High Priestess. Here we have the Star card, the Tower card, and the Temperance card. Chariot card. So you got a lot of major things that's happening here. So source is saying you are you're taking your power back by, like when you're at a fork in a road, somebody is definitely, source is actually rewarding you for taking the high road, right? For taking the high road. Here's the High Priestess, right? And so somebody definitely has High Priestess energy. So when you weigh the dark and the light of situations, and especially when people jump to conclusions about you, this is the Tower card, you let people jump to conclusions. You see it from a higher frequency, and meaning that when people jump to conclusions about you, you look at it as like whenever people find their star, and I'm not talking about celebrities, right? So when people find their star, meaning when people find their purpose in life, people will always assume, depending on what frequency they're on, they will assume whatever, right? They will jump to conclusions about things. So whenever you find your purpose, meaning you know what your purpose is on planet Earth, and in your case, somebody's a High Priestess energy. So you're deeply spiritual. You're not a person. You're highly intuitive, right? So everybody has intuition. That's everybody. But some people are more comfortable in their intuitive gifts, right? So you could be a person who has your downloads that come through your dreams, or daydreams, night dreams. You could have all the clairs: clairvoyance, claircognizance, clairsentience, clairaudience. What else? Premonitions, precognitions, deja vu. All of those you can have. Well, you all are wired psychic abilities anyway. You could just know things, right? And so what somebody has learned is that people will jump to conclusions about that. People will assume that you're crazy, something's wrong with you, unless it's benefiting them, right? Then it's, oh, right? So, yeah, once you find your star, that's why you're saying there's hope, bliss, and optimism for everybody. It really is. It really is, because everybody has a purpose, right? So everybody has intuition. Everybody. They just call it different things. Like if a person says, hey, I feel like a number is going to hit, like if they play numbers or they go gamble, if they go to like the play the slot machines or whatever, and they feel like, okay, this seat is my lucky seat, right? Or they play a slot machine, or they feel like, okay, like you see people, I think, what was it? It used to be a show on a long time ago where somebody had like the little lucky trolls or whatever next to like a slot machine. They're like, this is my lucky slot machine. I can't remember the name of the show, but and they would always, it was a television show, but people actually believe in those kind of things. They believe in, it's like, this is they will choose their apartment numbers by that. They will choose their house numbers by their numbers, like in numerology, all of those things, right? So sources saying, but when you found your star, meaning you found your purpose, there were people who jumped to conclusions. They automatically just jumped to conclusions. So you took the high road. You took the high road. So yeah. So here we have the Queen of Pentacles. So adjust your crown. Adjust your crown, right? Yeah, adjust your crown. So here's the Queen of Pentacles here. So yeah, you're down to earth. You're quite relatable, right? Here we have the Empress card. And so, but in order to protect your peace, we had a full moon in your zodiac sign, and you're starting to really believe in your gifts, right? You have to cut energies off that cause you to doubt your gifts, because those energies will make you feel like you're going crazy. And just to show them that they have the power to do the same thing, to believe in themselves too, right? Like, it's along the line of, speaking of celebrities, right? Who, are under a lot of scrutiny cameras always on them, right? Always people are talking about their hair, their clothes, their jewelry, their whatever, right? They can't go anywhere without somebody taking a picture. They have a bad day. Oh my God, it's front page news, all of that. So something you understand, right? So here we have the Justice card. So Source is saying to you, you know, you always have people who compete and compare with that, right? So I feel like you have a soul connection where people are trying to help you. They want you to save them, but the way that you're going to save them is to save yourself and show them this is how they save themselves. The grief, the drama, the chaos and confusion is cutting ties with energies who are just toxic. Like the moment they realize the energies are taking pictures everywhere, you know, trying to, you know, sometimes a lot of people who are like new to any kind of exposure, they just look at it as like, why are people treating me differently? Like, why, you know, why would anybody treat me any differently? You know, you're just you, right? You're the same person that grew up in wherever, right? So that's what Source is trying to help somebody to learn how to do, because not only will the people who have an emotional connection with you, like loved ones, family members, sometimes their toxic behavior will be on display, but other people will attack them. So Source is trying to help somebody to learn how to take the high road, like way to dark and light of situations, and help other people to learn how to save themselves as well. So this is going to be a really peaceful week for you, because people do, like I said, there's a Tower card coming out. People do jump to conclusions. People will attack people. People are starting to learn. It's like, okay, if you've ever dated someone or ever was any kind of connection with someone, was ever married to somebody, was ever, you know, people will tie you in somehow to that energy, right? And so, and they will jump to conclusions about you. They'll jump to conclusions about you. So you got to be real careful about what you say about somebody. So if a person is saying, looking at your cards here, and we're seeing this water here, somebody, you know, attacks someone's mental health, then that person will say, oh, your whole family is mentally unstable, right? You thinking of somebody saying about one person, they'll attack the entire family. Oh, they'll go looking for stuff about the whole family. The Source is trying to help somebody to see, you know, don't do an injustice to yourself once you realize you're dealing with vain and vengeful energies who will try to disrupt everybody's peace. So once you're dealing with that kind of stuff, so it says time for you to move on. Time for you to move on. So, 3 of Cups. Yeah. So it's just saying, trying to help somebody learn how to, you think you just standing around just having a conversation. You're just sitting around just having a conversation, right? And it's not always what you think. It's not always what you think. So, I do feel like somebody is going to be grateful that something is behind them, that something is just behind them, right? That you've learned how to save yourself. And also, I do feel like somebody does have love coming across their path as well. Soulmate energy, either already in your life or coming across your path. But I do feel like this, for you, you'll just be grateful that something is finally behind you. Something is finally behind you. Then we have the 9 of Wands here. So you've come through a long journey that just didn't produce a whole lot of growth because people saw you as competition. This right here. See these wands? What are they? Sticks. Like they're wands, but like rubbing together. People just seeing you as opposition. It's like, what in the world? Like you didn't even know there was a competition going on, but people seeing you as opposition. You had no idea. Yep. While people constantly collecting information about you. Here we have the King of Coins here. To use it, to try to use it against you for something, for some kind of gain here. Somebody didn't even know that people were trying to use information against you for some kind of financial gain in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And again, that's why it's a win for somebody, because people jump to some conclusions about something. They thought you had all this money. They thought you had all this whatever. But again, something is backfired because your intuition started showing you something like, wait a minute. Your intuition started showing you something. Yeah. So yeah, you're teaching other people how to like be careful about, who they're sitting around talking to. So there's definitely a third person involved, but you're teaching people, hey, listen, you gotta be real careful who you're talking to, because people are looking at you like you just walking around with a big dollar sign on you, right? So here we have the Ten of Cups. So I do feel like somebody is grateful that something is behind them, and I do feel like you're more sacred relationships now. Yeah. Yeah, more sacred relationships now moving forward. Yeah, moving forward, right? Here we have the Dame of Swords here too. What source is going to put you around, just so you know, what source is putting you around, and this is where I feel like somebody's going to have just a peaceful week, just in general, other people who are who have been celebrated, who are operating in their gifts too, right? Where you won't feel overwhelmed. What gives you an opportunity to dream bigger. It's always nice to be around people that you feel like you can learn from, where you don't feel like you're the center of attention all the time. I mean, some people like that, but I feel like you don't, it can be draining. It can really be draining when people are just constantly pulling at you. Oh my God, you did what with who? Like, oh, this person, you're connected with that person. Like, oh wow, like you visited this country, you did that. Like, just like a constant interview, like you're a celebrity, right? But it's for the purpose of just draining and just jumping to conclusions about things. Constantly this, constantly that. So I feel like you're helping other people to know what their purpose is, and, know their worth and know their value. Know their worth and their value. So they don't end up being a pick-me. Here's the Five of Pentacles here. So they don't end up being used by other people and then tossed out into the cold when they don't get what other people want from them. So yeah, and I see you being successful at that. Yeah, I see you being successful at that. All right, so let's see what else we got going on here, Pisces. So yeah, I mean, you could be a parent, because I'm looking at the Empress card, where your wealth and your reputation may have grown to some degree. So you could be a parent, looking at the Empress card here. And that could be something that you're teaching your child or children. You could be teaching your child or children. Yeah. That they have purpose, that they are a star, meaning that they have purpose. When I say star, I don't mean celebrity. That they are a star. They have purpose. They have a mission here on planet Earth, right? They have a mission here on planet Earth. Yeah. All right, so let's see what else we got. Let's get some oracle cards, and let's see what's going on here. Yeah. And if you have high priestess gifts, they probably inherited those gifts too. And if they didn't, you can help them to find many different ways of just like what their gifts are. It may not be that they get downloads to their dreams. They may get downloads just through like writing on a sheet of paper, like weighing the pros and cons of stuff. Like, okay, when I did this, when I do these things, then I notice I get these results. But when I don't do certain things and I don't get certain results, it's almost like a bait and switch. Like I feel like I'm being used, and they have to maybe they need to see it on paper, right? So they can see what they wrote and how they felt at that time. Whereas for you may get stuff through your dreams. Yours may come a different way. Yours may flow. See, we're talking about water. Your downloads may flow a different way. So here we have clearing. So it's a lot of air. A lot of air is going to be clear. A lot of water is going to be cleared. So as true offering arises, it becomes easy to let go. You start to trust that more will always arrive. You shift from mine to God's, such freedom. Clearing. Yep. Let's see what else we got. Divine Source, help me know that all of my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust that you have a plan beyond the right actions. You have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source for all. Yep. You are my source for all. And then signs. So instincts are the message from the inner divine. And then flow. So allow me, divine, to move with the flow and respond with calmness and peace. And then love. And so divine source is okay, so we need to make some more time. So love. So divine source is the idea that no person, place, or thing is your salvation, only love itself, right? And so tapping into the divine source within, right? And so yeah. So in other words, you're just teaching people that when they find their star, when they find their purpose, people will treat you like a celebrity. People will treat you like, oh, this person, this things just flow to them easily. But that's what it feels like when you're operating in your mission for your creator, right? Because your intentions are pure and sincere towards people. You're like, okay, you're trying to create peace and harmony, right? And so with that, people will, have jumped to all kinds of conclusions about you. Life is just easy for this person. Everything just flows to this person. That may not be the truth at all. All right, let's see what your number is. Let's close it out. 11. I am intuitive. Yeah, so you have keen awareness of what's happening around you. A strong intuition is your gift and will help you to understand the spoken and the unspoken feelings and thoughts of others. This insight allows you to be a great guide and supporter. That's right. That is what I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me. Make it an amazing week. All right. Bye.